Hey guys, welcome back to ManMeetsMagic. Today we'll be taking a look at the ultra limited foil edition mint playing cards, and I'll also be doing a side-by-side comparison to the original limited edition mint playing cards from 2016. Let's get into it. Cards were originally launched in 2016 as a Kickstarter project. After the amazing response that it received from the backers, they decided to release a V2 3 years later. And this is actually the ultra limited foil edition mint deck. 3,144 of these made, and only the high level producers were allowed to get 2 of them, but normal backers were only allowed to receive 1. It's kind of the same with the original V1 limited edition deck, but I think you are allowed to get 6 of these. Now as for the tuck boxes, they have been printed on matte cardboard paper. This one's black, this one's white. It says mint luxury playing cards at the front of both of these boxes with the mint logo in the middle. This one has a gold foiling and this one has a cobalt blue foil. One side reads luxury for the modern cardition, but it's inverted on both of these decks, so even though these decks are facing the same way, this one's upside down, this one's not, and it's the same on this side. The mint collection upside down on this side, not on this one. This is where there is a minor difference. The bottom is actually where they've made some changes. On the first edition, it says produced and distributed by 52 cards, designed by Christopher Lacoste, made in San Diego, California. But on the V2, it says distributed by 52 cards, made in America, LA, California. So they've both been made in different places, and I'm assuming this one's been designed by someone else, or maybe someone else has made the changes. The top has nothing on it except for the custom seal, and this seal says limited edition, whereas the other one says foil edition with the numbering on it. This is deck number 294 out of 3,144. As for the tongue flap, they've both got the mint logo. This one's got it in the blue foil and this one has a little gold foil on it. And same on the inside, so it's the back design of the cards, same color scheme, and there's nothing on the sides here and there's nothing on the side here either. That's it for the tuck box. Let's get into the cards. Now as with all USPCC decks, you get 4 extra ad cards, and in the V1 you get 2 identical jokers, but their backs are not the same. One's got a queen at the back and this one's just normal, so you get a double facer and a normal joker, and you get a double backer with a producer's card. It's a thank you card for all the producers, the people that helped fund the campaign in 2016, and this is just an ad card for the mint playing cards. As for the V2, you also get 4 extra ad cards, but this time you get 2 identical jokers on the normal back design, and you also get the same thank you producers card. You also get one more card, but you will not find this card in any other mint deck. It reads, this is the foiled frost mint. Only 3,144 of these decks exist. It was available exclusively during the Mint 2 Kickstarter project in July 2018. Most backers of the Kickstarter project were only allowed to get 1 deck. The producers and the highest level supporters were allowed to get 2. The majority of these decks will likely remain sealed in the card collections. Congratulations for being one of the bold few to open and enjoy the deck. One of the few bold ones. Oh yeah, that's definitely me. As for the handling, both of these cards handle phenomenally well. They both have been printed on an air cushion finish with a traditional cut, except this one has a really high quality B stock and this one has a premium B crush stock. So it's really more about preference, which one you like, but they both handle equally well. Personally, I prefer the old school V stocks, I think they're a little bit more durable compared to the crushed stocks. It really just comes down to preference. As for the aesthetics, both of these decks feature a very elegant back design in two different color schemes, with the V2 edition having foil on every single card. The back design on the second edition has been enlarged by 25%, and that's to make the markings on these cards easier. In my opinion, I'm not really a huge fan of the marking system that they've used for the back design, but if it works for you, then this should be easier to read because the blocks are bigger and you can easily spot the dots. In terms of print quality, I feel like the V1 was printed a little bit better compared to the V2. The back design on every single card seems pretty symmetrical. That is, however, not the case with V1. Let me show you what I mean. Now, even though these cards shine beautifully well under the right lighting, you'll notice that some of the foil is a little bit more thicker on some cards compared to the others. For example, the Ace of Diamonds has been misprinted. Now, I'm not sure if that's the case with all the foil decks or just this one, but looking at it through the screen of my camera, I can tell you that the Ace of Diamonds is right here. And it's the same with some of the other cards as well. For example, this one feels a little bit more darker or foiled up compared to this one. Might not be as visible as the Ace of Diamonds on camera, but in person there's definitely a little difference. Now, other than the enlargement in size and the color difference and the foil, they've also made a few changes on the faces of these cards. The faces are actually vintage Arco faces, and you'll see that on the V1 there's a little shading around the pips, which is not there on V2. I think this looks a little bit better compared to this one, but again, it just comes down to preference. And it's actually the same thing with the reds as well. So the pips there have a little shading, these ones don't. Now, as for the court cards, both of these decks have a few differences. Other than the pips and the shading, the headwear resembles the back design. So here are the jacks, and these are the V1 jacks, and these are the foil edition jacks. The queens, the kings, and the aces. That's the ace of spades from the V1, and here are the aces for the V2. Very similar, except the ace of spades in the second deck has the writing missing. The Mint Collection luxury playing cards. Finally, I think these were both brilliant projects by 52 Cards, and I do think that this should have allowed non-producers to buy more of these decks, at least 2, so that people like me didn't have to be brave and bold and open their deck of cards. But the $1,000,000 question is, should you open your foiled mint deck of playing cards? I don't think you should. I think it's probably more worth it if you kept it sealed. That's my personal opinion. As for this one, I think this will forever remain a classic in the history of custom decks. Now, I know some of you are probably wondering how I did that trick in the intro. So what you do is, you take half of your V1 limited edition mint playing cards and you take half of the foil edition ones, give them a perfect ferro shuffle. Now, because of the thicker B stock on the V1, it kind of is a little bit bigger than the V2, and what you end up with is a sort of a stripper deck. So if you dribble the cards face down, you'll only see the V1. If you give the cards a cut and you dribble them like this, you'll only see the V2. That's just a little trick I've come up with. I'm such a genius. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Those are my thoughts on the limited edition mint playing cards. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.
ManMeetsMagic.